Let's get into it. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Shania, and this is SMH Podcast. This is my first podcast. I wanted to talk about myself, but then I didn't want to be too conceited with y'all. So I kind of just wanted to read this passage that I wrote on my Instagram. Check out my Instagram, SMH Podcast 96, where I'll be updating you guys a lot. You'll see a lot. I'm also going to be posting this on YouTube. It's available on Apple, Spotify, Google, all that good jazz. So please subscribe, like, and let me know what you guys think of the episode. Well, the passage that I wanted to write is something that I wrote myself. It's kind of something everybody's dealt with or dealing with now in their life. I'm going to just read it for you guys. Who, Corey? Now, we all have that one relationship we don't want to talk about. Maybe because of the experience you had in it. Maybe because it's the person it turned you into. Whatever the reason is, we all have to realize that it happened for a reason. Maybe things didn't happen the way you wanted it to. But just think, if you were still in that relationship right now, would you be a different person? Do you still have the same aspirations when you were in that relationship as you do now? And why is that? Was it because of that person, or was it the experience? And if you didn't go through it, would you still be the same person as you are now? I know I asked y'all a lot of questions, so let's go a little bit in depth into it one by one. Would you be a different person? Now, I personally think after every relationship, you kind of can become a different person. I feel like you learn different things, and you learn things about yourself, maybe learn things about people, or maybe just learn things in general that just makes you a better person, or maybe a, a, a shitty person. I'm sorry for cussing, but maybe you don't become the best person in the world after this relationship, you know? Maybe because this person brought out the evil side in you you never thought you had, or maybe they brought out the best side of you you never thought you could be, you know? I feel like people can change in relationships, their personality in a sense. Only because I just feel like some people let other people kind of determine their attitudes, which isn't good, because you shouldn't let somebody get you so worked up, you know, you can't control yourself, or you get so angry you just wanna like, calm down. It's not that bad. You know, you are with this person. I don't understand why we have to go through this tango as if you didn't choose to be with this person. Um, but hey, I'm not gonna get into all that. Let's go to the next question. Do you still have the same aspirations when you were in that relationship as you do now? I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna speak for myself on this one. I'm gonna say your aspirations can definitely change, and I'm only gonna say it as this. You could be in a relationship. I'm gonna say it like this. I was in a relationship and I dated this dude who had a kid, and I'm not saying that I don't like kids. I love kids. Kids are amazing. I think they're the best, beings ever, and the best spirits ever. And maybe it was just the relationship I was in, but I kind of got annoyed being in the relationship, only because there was just so much I didn't understand. I'm gonna say that correctly. I didn't understand when it meant to be with a person who had a kid. Um, I would find myself getting frustrated, that he'd have to leave early, or that we couldn't hang out because of this, or we couldn't do this because of this. And I was like, you shouldn't be getting upset at this, Shania. something that he has to do. This is something that this is his responsibility. And how dare you be upset at him for taking care of his responsibility? And it's not that I'm upset at him for taking care of his responsibility. I'm merely upset because, dang, I can't have my time with him. Or I felt like I was supposed to be a priority or something. And I was like, no, you're not that special, boo-boo. There is this beautiful little soul that is way more important than you that is at stake right now. So I had to learn that, get over that, and realize, if you do date somebody with kids and they're not your kids, it is a big responsibility, honestly. Like, it's more than, because I'm an auntie. I love my little nieces and nephews and all that. But me, I take care of them. I have fun with them. And then give them back to their mom and their dad. Like, them your kids. Like, they start crying and all that. Them your kids, grab your kids. But, like, when you're dating somebody else with kids, like, that's kind of like your kid. Like, you got to kind of treat them like they your kid. Like, and if you don't, like, you shouldn't be with them. Like, you need to treat them as if they were your child. Like, because that beautiful little spirit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. The drama or whatever BS that comes about in the relationship, they ain't got nothing to do with that. So treat them as if they was your kid. So I had to learn that. It was hard. It was something, something else. But I got through it. I got through it. Let's go on to the next question. I didn't even answer the question. It's does your aspirations change? Okay, so my aspirations changed because I tried after that not to date somebody with a kid. Like, if you had a kid, I'll just be like, no offense to you, I just don't want to deal with that right now. Like, my aspiration in that kind of changed, but I had to grow up, honestly, through that and learning, like, oh, can I handle dating somebody with a kid? And I feel like now I can. Now I definitely can. Now I'm definitely, like, ready for that. But I felt like back then, we're talking about, like, 2 years ago. 3 years ago, no. I couldn't do it. I just was not ready. Hell no. But now I feel like I'm ready. I'm definitely, I kind of want to start my own family one day. Get into another episode or whatever. But, like, I felt like then I wasn't ready, but now, like, I'm ready. Like, I feel like I can do it. I feel like I'd be awesome at it. Okay. So your aspirations can change. So it was like a, I don't know, no. And then it was like a yeah, now, yeah. So, moving on. Why? Oh, and why is that? I gave y'all the why, so y'all don't even know. Y'all don't need to know why. I gave y'all the why. And was it because of that person or the experience? It was because of the experience. For me, it was because of the experience. Just like I dated a guy who worked too damn much. Like, I'm all for you getting your money, boo-boo. I love you for doing that. Shit, I work a lot too. But it's like you gotta, like, at least make some time to, like, not be working like that. Like, dude was, like, working, like, all the fucking time. Like, he acted like he couldn't have an off day. Like, and that's just, like, the excuses to me. It's like, why are we doing this? Why are we even trying to chill if you just can't even come up with time? Like, why are we even engaging in this if this is how you gonna be? Like, I don't even... So then I just left that alone. I was just like, you know what? Whatever. And if you didn't go through it, would you still be the same person as you are now? I feel like if I didn't go through it, if I didn't experience it at least once, I wouldn't have known where my level of maturity was. So I'm actually happy that I went through it. Because I feel like it made me a little bit more mature, or now than I was then, because I understand a lot more now. And it's okay to admit that I was trying to be a little selfish back then. I felt like I could have been a little selfish, but selfish behavior is not cool. Like I realized that I just don't like to be selfish. Because like I sometimes I have a problem with that. Sometimes I need to be a little selfish, but I am not a selfish person at all. And I realized that you have to be able to be understanding about certain shit, and that being selfish only frustrates you, adds tension to shit, and honestly puts unnecessary negativity where it doesn't need to be. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can only imagine like if I just would have continued on, with the relationship and just would have continued on going on with stuff. I don't think the relationship would have worked out, honestly. The relationship was not going to work out. He was all over the place. But I felt like I learned in the end what I want out of life. And now I've realized even more what I want out of life. Because it takes and I feel like it takes a big person to realize that, to realize their mistakes, and know what they want out of life. Because a lot of people don't know what they want out of life. I do want a family and a husband one day, and to start a family, regardless of how that family is. I realize that I don't care about the BS of it all, as long as I'm happy. Because that's like my main goal out of life right now. I just want to be happy. I want to do the things that make me happy. I want to be around people that make me happy. So I had to learn that. And I didn't know that a couple years ago. I didn't know what I wanted out of life. I didn't know what it was I needed out of life. And it took me to mature, grow up, and learn through all of that to realize this is what I want. This is what I need for my life. And this is how I'm going to progress in life, So, yeah. I know that's not the name of the guy I dated at the time. It's a totally different guy. Just a funny insider joke. Not gonna get into that either. But I just want to thank y'all for listening to my podcast. This isn't really that long. Oh, wow. So we're going to get into some other stuff, all right? We're going to get into some other stuff. Only 12 minutes, y'all. 12 minutes. I know I was talking a little fast, but that was kind of fun. This is my first podcast, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. So we're going to get into, I guess we can get into what I was really going to talk about, y'all. We're going to get into growth and self-growth. And that was a lesson I learned, in growing. I grew from that whole relationship, and I grew into what I feel like is a better person, because I know what I want now, I know what I need now, and I know what I'm looking for now. I want to give y'all what my definition is of what self-growth is. I don't know why I can't say it. This is why I didn't want to talk about it, because I can't freaking say it. Self-growth. I don't know why I can't say it. Maybe I need some water. A little parched. I'm talking to myself, y'all. I'm also, oh my God, I also have contracted the coronavirus, y'all. I've been on lockdown. This is day 5 for me. Sad, I know. I caught it from work. I really don't know how, but I did. I'm blessed and happy that my whole family didn't catch it. All around all of them. Honestly, I gave them a hug. We was smoking together, y'all. And I'm just happy nobody caught it. Like, my popsy gave me a kiss on my forehead. And then he got sick the next day. But I was happy it was just food poisoning. But he was sick, though, y'all. And I was just about to cry. Because I was like, oh, my God, I gave it to him. Now he finna die. Because he was throwing up. I haven't thrown up. I haven't even been that sick, y'all. I've literally just had a headache. My nose been stuffed up a little bit. That's why I sound a little congested, but I've been fine. So when he was throwing up, when I heard that he was throwing up, I was sad. I was like, oh my God, I killed my pops. Like, no, Jesus. But then he was fine the next day. Just food poisoning. But I'm fine, y'all. Hello, coronavirus is real. Everybody wear your mask, please. It's not a joke. Go get tested if you feel any of the symptoms. Please go save a life. Save everybody. Wear your mask and take this shit seriously. Use hand sanitizer everywhere you go. So back to what I was talking about. Self growth. Jesus. My definition of it. Knowing you don't have to give the same energy you once had towards a situation or a reoccurring scenario in your life. Knowing that things that once bothered you or put you in a negative headspace can no longer do that. But not only that, being able to move forward even when that problem seems to go away. And I feel like in that story, I explained that to y'all. I explained how I felt like I had a problem. I felt like I just couldn't deal with the problem, and I blocked it out of my life. But then in the end, I realized, you know what? It's not a problem, and I don't have to, try to cancel it out of my life, because that's not what I want in the end. It's hindering me from what I want. Honestly, it's blocking me from what I'm actually trying to get to in life. Having this fear or this doubt in myself that I can't do it, or this, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was doubt, and I just felt like I couldn't do it. So I decided I just didn't want to do it. But then in the end, I realized I'm tripping for no reason. So I actually grew up from it, and I realized that, you know what? I could do it, hands down, 10 toes down. Feel me? T Grizzly around this beat. And you could grow in a lot of different ways. You can grow in relationships, platonic or not, your career. Everybody can grow in their career. If you are doing the bare minimum for yourself in your career, you're not doing enough. Try harder. Challenge yourself. Push yourself. Go out and try to get a better job than the one you have now. And it's okay to have different jobs. Shoot, have all the experiences in the world, but just keep trying to better yourself, progress. Don't be comfortable being comfortable. My favorite motto is, I am comfortable when I am uncomfortable. Grow. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. Everybody got to try to do it every once and again. Don't be happy doing the same stuff all the time. You can grow in your social environment. And what I mean by that is, you can just grow, say, you don't feel like you're around the right people. You don't feel like you're around people that motivate you or that encourages you. Change your social environment. Be around people that motivate you. Be around people that do the same stuff that you do. Be around people that encourages you to try to do more, that want you to do more. Stop hanging around people that just don't know what they want to do with their life, so they don't give you no help with your life. If they don't know what they're doing with their life, how can they help you? Try to motivate yourself. You can grow in a personal standpoint too. Everybody can grow personally. Knowing that, you're not doing this or you're not doing that. Try to come up with a plan on how you can get there and how you trying to get there. And if it doesn't work out the first time, try again. If it doesn't work out the second time, try again. And if it doesn't work out the third time, you know what, damn it, be like Aaliyah, dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. That was terrible. That was fucking terrible. I kind of got cotton mouth. I'm sorry, y'all. But I'm being serious. My message is being serious right now. I know I'm being goofy, but I'm being serious. Like, seriously. Dust yourself off. Try again. And just keep trying and trying and trying until you get it right. So, because I feel like a lot of people just get stuck. They get stuck in life. Like, they get stuck in this ideology or this mindset that they just can't progress to the next level. And you can. People get stuck for a numerous round of reasons. Maybe something that happened to them, traumatic happened to them. So they just feel like deep down inside, they don't know where to begin to even be able to do the things that they want to do. They don't even have anybody who's doing it to even know how to begin to even do the things that they want to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, some people are just stuck because they don't see another outcome. They don't see a different side to things. They don't see why maybe it's important, or maybe it's a problem, or maybe it's not a problem, and maybe it's something they can do and learn from it. A lot of people just don't want to learn sometimes. That's what I feel like. A lot of people just don't do stuff because, I don't feel like they just don't want to do it. I just feel like they just don't even want to learn the experience. So what? You gotta work a damn fast food job part-time. At least you're learning how to work in a restaurant, kind of. It's kind of a restaurant. At least you working and you getting some type of experience. Shoot, so what? You gotta go do community service somewhere. At least you're doing something for society and you're not just sitting around wondering what to do. At least you can have an idea of something you could do. So what? You gotta walk from Del Paso Light Rail Station all the way to the mall to get to work every day because you missed your bus and that was the last bus. I've never done it. That sounds like some shit. But I did used to walk like an hour to work every Sunday to get to work for Carl's Jr. in this little hicko city in Arcata, California, in the middle of nowhere. I did it because I had to get to work every day. I wasn't thinking about, I don't want people seeing me walking, or, I don't want, I'm mad because I don't have a job. I was happy I had a job, and I was going to do anything to keep that job, even if that meant walking a whole hour to work every Sunday. I feel like a lot of people just don't do stuff because they probably feel like they're too good for it. Like, I knew somebody who felt like they were too good to ride the bus. Like, how are you too good to ride the bus? Do you know how many people ride the bus? There's a lot of smart, intelligent people who actually ride the bus. And there's also people who smell like pee that ride the bus. But still, you can't be too good to ride the bus. Like, Uber wasn't always around. How else did you get around? Like, and I just feel like some people just don't want to do stuff because they just don't want to go through the experience. It's like, it's not that bad at the end of the day. I feel like people make things a lot worse than it really is, but that's why they're stuck. They're stuck in the same place that they are because they just don't want to give themselves a opportunity to progress from that, an opportunity to move on from that to a different level in life, because when you realize you don't have to give that same energy or the same BS that kept making you mad, you really grow in life, because you really grow, because you have different things that you go through. I feel like you have different outlooks on life. Like, you grow internally, externally, in so many ways because you recognize where you can progress at. Because you recognize where your faults are and how you can better yourself from your faults. So I really feel like people should try to, work on that. We all should need to work on ourselves. I ain't shit. I'm still working on myself every day. I'm working on myself day by day. I can't wait to get out of this whole quarantine. It's really just only day 5, y'all. Oh, Lord. But I hope you guys liked my podcast. I am gonna cut it here. It is I didn't want it to be super long. It wasn't even gonna be that long. It was about to be 12 minutes. We got it to 24, so that's amazing. But I hope you guys liked it. Please comment. Let me know what you guys thought about the podcast. Let me know if you guys want to hear more content. Excuse the sound, okay? I bought my equipment and I'm still working on everything, okay? Nobody judge me. This is a non-judgment show. I want everybody to know that I don't judge nobody and I don't want nobody to judge me, okay? So we gonna move on. Follow me on Instagram. I got 3 Instagrams. My regular Instagram, artistic_lady with 2 Y's at the end. Yes, I said it correctly. Artistic_lady with 2 Y's under the end. My photography page, I do photography and film. I'm coming out with a project soon. It's called Rockin' a Hard Place with these 2 comedians here in Sac named D-Rock and Shannon Battle. Y'all look them up on Instagram too. They're called at D-Rock and at Shannon_battle. The shit's funny as it's funny. Y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna love it. So please check me out on my photography page. It's SMH_photography96. And you know where to hit me at if you want to listen to more podcasts. I'm going to be on Spotify, Apple, Google, all that. But also you can check me out on Instagram, SMH Podcast 96. I'm sorry, I got so many freaking tags and all that different names. I got to minimize some of this. So if you really just want to listen to my podcast, just go to SMH Podcast 96. Look me up on there. Subscribe to the channel. Do all that good stuff. Comment. Let me know. It's also be on YouTube. Y'all can figure it out from there. Hit my links. All that. You can find me on Facebook. I love y'all. This has been fun. This is like some talking time. I'll have to get some wine or something next time. Definitely some water. Because, like I said, cotton mouth. Grace. But I'll talk to y'all later.